Okay, well, as you can see, I'm finishing up the soldering here of all the components. I might regret putting this giant Sprague capacitor in here, besides the fact that these things cost me several dollars. Things are huge. They take up a lot of room. So like I said, I might regret having done this. Okay, a couple of things about this. First, I use the Strat levers wiring. Just look it up online. Strat levers wiring, and I turned, it's not my design, it's somebody else's design. Basically, what the Strat levers wiring does is it turns a push-pull switch here into turning the bridge pickup into series with any other pickup that's selected. So let's say I had the neck pickup selected and I pulled this out, it would put the bridge pickup in series with that. It also does a push-pull that makes the neck pickup, changes the phase of the neck pickup. That's a nice feature, especially when used in combination with that. Sounds a little tinny when you just do it by itself, but in combination with the bridge pickup in series, it actually sounds really good. These are Tex-Mex pickups. Cost about $100 for the set of them. Not bad. Got to be real careful how you set them up. I'm going to do a video about that later. The wiring is complicated. That's why I say go ahead and look up online the Strat levers wiring. And by the time I post these videos, I might post the schematic online. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. One other thing I did, initially, this is my second go around on this. The first time I put one of the push-pulls at the volume position because I thought it would be really nice to have the neck pickups push-pull be at the volume position. That would make more sense, right? Well, it didn't work out very well because these little mini pots, even the Bourne's ones, are not stiff enough to give you any real resistance. So as you're playing, you hit the knobs, the volume knob, and turn the thing down accidentally. That didn't work out very well. So the push-pulls, because they're mini pots, they turn a lot easier, so I put those both at a position where my hand won't touch them accidentally while I'm playing. And so I changed that. The other thing I did is after the third time this pick guard came out, it was starting to, the cable that goes to the jack, the output jack, was starting to get a little worn, and I realized that that tiny little cable they give you is just, you know, pretty much junk. This cable is actually from a pair of headphones of all the crazy things. It's a mono cable, but it's one of two cables. They actually were stuck together, and I just peeled them apart. It's a shielded cable. Cost me nothing. You can spend about $1 a foot on this stuff if you go buy it at StewMac or someplace else, or you can go find an old pair of headphones that are broken and cut the wires off of them and save them like I do, and you get plenty of this stuff. So I'm going to make my wire to my jack a little bit longer, as long as it fits in the compartment well. I'm going to make it an inch or two longer so I have plenty of room to take the thing in and out when I want to. And I've used a heavier gauge wire so that hopefully it lasts a little longer than last time. So, okay, I might have mentioned that I've had this thing off 2 or 3 times. I put the other pick guard on here for a while with the Tex-Mex pickups, and then I took it back off so I could add that Sprague capacitor and rewire things so that my 2 push-pull switches were both on the tones instead of one of them being on the volume knob. The strings on here are getting a little tired of getting pulled on and off all the time and held back. This one's actually, I crimped it. I hooked it on one of the pickups. You can't see that, it's too fine. But I crimped it really badly. So probably as soon as I'm done with this job, I'll replace the strings. I don't want to do it yet because I may have to pull this thing off again. I want to make sure everything's working before I actually put brand new strings on it. The One of the things I found out about this guitar is for whatever reason with this thing, the intonation set right, it's difficult to get strings through the saddles, the bridge saddles. You have to crimp them a little bit and kind of twist the string to get through. That's kind of a pain. Other thing is, once you take these screws out several times, the holes get a little worn. And what I use is a toothpick, and I'll take a little piece of toothpick, like I know this hole's loose and this hole's loose right now. I'll take a pair of diagonal cutters, and I'll cut a little piece of toothpick, and of course it's going to shoot off into space if you're not real careful there, and I'll stick it down in that hole. Next time I put a screw in there, that'll tighten it up a bit. Now, it's not a perfect solution because the toothpicks, you're cutting them cross grain, so the screw threads are actually going to kind of wear those out, but it will fill the hole, make things a little bit tighter temporarily. You'll get, one or two screw removals out of it before you have to put another piece of toothpick in there. Eventually I'll probably have to put some toothpicks in there and some glue, or cut some pieces of wood cross grain to do it. Now this is going to be a pain to get out of here because, again, that wire into here is too darn short. There it is. Now, just going to lay that over. And I'm going to take this out, and I'm just going to cut those wires off. Yeah, I might desolder them. Anyway, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to solder the new wire from the pickup, from the pickguard into this, and hook up the bridge ground, put it back in, and we'll try it out. Okay, it looks like I've got everything done. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this now. Hope I did it right. Hope I didn't leave too much wire. Experience has taught me to only put in a couple of screws and tighten one string to test it and see if the electronics work. Any more than that, kind of a waste of time, because you're probably going to have to pull it apart and redo it if there's any kind of mistake with the wiring. And since I rewired half of this guitar, always a chance there's a mistake with it. Let me go try this out. We'll plug it into an amp, play that one string in tune or not, see what happens. Okay, that test was good. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten up all the strings, play it for a few minutes, put all the screws in it. One thing I want to show you before I move on is the O-rings on the push-pull. They are that easy to push and pull. Got one on the volume knob as well, even though I'm not using it as a push-pull. It makes it really easy to get a grip on it and turn. Never slip. Could cause a problem with bumping it and making it turn accidentally, but I doubt that's really going to be an issue now that I got the CTS pot in here, and it's a little stiffer than these mini pots. These turn just so easily that putting one of these in the volume position is a bad idea because you continually bump it.